We are live. So, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, 1 minute early. I'll just adjust my microphone. Hopefully, everyone can hear me. So, I'm just going to, before we get into it, just want to make sure that my wonderful moderators can hear what I'm saying. If they can hear what I'm saying, then we are there, ladies and gentlemen. Right, for those of you that are watching on Facebook, yes, Facebook, yeah, I've been on Facebook for about 6 years probably, due to the hate that was on there and the false accusations. I'm now back on there. I've had my name cleared of all this shite that people throw at me. After several investigations, I can now hold my head up high again, even though I could. I'm just saying. It's nice to be able to relax. I'm back on Facebook for one reason only, and I mean this. I'm not on there for self-promotion because I don't need it. All right? I'm on there to help with a new veterans initiative called My Veteran Claim. Now, if you are, before I get into this, ladies and gentlemen, the one thing that I will point out is a veterans initiative doesn't take off unless good people are behind it. Now, if you are ex-Royal Irish Regiment or 16-hour Assault Brigade, and you know the guys I'm talking about, you'll understand the people behind this initiative and why it should be followed. Now, they're still working on their social media presence, okay? So they have me and a few other people helping them out. So point it out. Your honest integrity. Thank you very much. So here's what it is. Richard Spency is behind it. Rob Davis, X14 intelligence company, he's behind it. Ian Getty is behind it. That guy's been to every tour there is. Alan Baxter, ex-Royal Irish, but also ex-Royal Marine. And you've got Andrew Bissett, ex-Royal Irish. These guys are filled with integrity and honesty, and if they're behind it, it's worth supporting. Now, at the minute, they're still working on their presence on social media. But if you are out there now, before we get into this video, if you're out there now and you need a claim and you want to sue the MOD for hearing loss or cold injuries or whatever, get in touch with them. Go onto the website www.myveteranclaim.co.uk. I have no idea why this thing, yeah, but there we go. I just thought I'd let you know that, and hopefully you'll get in touch with them. Right. Keep having a little stop here with the internet, don't we? Hopefully it'll fix itself in a minute. Right, I am back here. Now, I'm going to promote a few things when I'm on here tonight. I'm not going to harp on about nonsense, but if you're in Northern Ireland and you want to support a veterans initiative in Northern Ireland, my good friend Brian Phillips, ex-Irish Guard, double amputee, soldier on coffee. It's crazy what's happening with this internet here. Bear with me. I'm not happy with this. Bear. Hopefully it won't happen again now that I fixed that little bit in pieces. Yeah, I know it's freezing. It's a nightmare in it, but we'll move on. Right, whenever I was leaving the military, ladies and gentlemen, I had hearing. I'm not going to talk about shit, but I had hearing issues, and I had to go and get the Army's little hearing aid. Now, the problem with this is, this broke several years ago, and the Army won't replace it, and it cost a few grand. So what's the point in that shit? So what I've done, ladies and gentlemen, I have actually teamed up with there's always something to split you up. I've actually teamed up and partnered with this American company, Savorall, and these hearing aids are a lot better. And it's quite simple. You charge them USB, charge them up. They last for several hours, and then yeah, it's simple. So I've been quite busy over the last 5 years when I haven't been on Facebook. I've been quite busy doing things, keeping my hand in. I'm also doing things with D-Zone rum, which is amazing stuff. And I have managed to get together Pagoda watches. As you can see, I have several Pagoda watches here. And with my new podcast, which is hosted by HR4K on the initiative of My Veteran Claim, each of my guests that come on the podcast will be given a beautiful Pagoda watch worth nearly £1,000. And I will be giving them out to my wonderful guests for coming on the show. So as you can see, I have been busy. I have been doing things. And since my days on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, my YouTube channel has hit over 100,000 subscribers. So thank you to everyone who has supported me on YouTube. And we're now going to use all this initiative to throw it at My Veteran Claim and to help broken men and women, veterans in the veterans community, get the compensation that they really deserve. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a busy couple of years. As I said, for those of you, thank you very much. For those of you who have followed me to YouTube, thank you very much. I did have a page on Facebook with 41,000 wonderful people there, and obviously I've lost that page because I haven't been on there in several years. But for those of you on Facebook that don't know this, we now have this book out on the market, ladies and gentlemen, called Exploitation. It's only available on Amazon. Go and have a look at it. I hope you enjoy it. This one is still doing well on Amazon. So thank you to everyone who's been involved and written reviews and helped promote it. We are going in the right direction. Very appreciate it. Thanks, Carla. I've been busy. My YouTube has taken a hit this month, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, because I've been focused on other areas to try and support other people. My YouTube has lost maybe 500,000 views this month, in February. But, you know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, you have to invest your time and energy to help lift things up. I'm looking forward to what's coming. For those that don't know, the interview I did, the podcast with Robert Davison, known as Jimmy D for the Royal Irish Rangers amongst you, it went extremely well. I'm not going to joke, it was nerve-wracking. I've never done an interview before in front of a live audience. Forget about doing it in front of a live audience, that would be easy. Doing it in front of a live audience filled with Special Forces legends is a different level of stress. I was chatting to Rob, and I swear to God, I could hear my heart beating out my chest. I was that nervous, ladies and gentlemen. It was crazy. And every time I looked up from Rob, I could see Rob's DS from when he did selection just standing, staring at me like that. I mean, it was, it's probably the most, do you know what? I found sitting chatting to Piers Morgan on Good Morning Britain easier than chatting to Rob with all the people around. Yep. We were wonderful to have, I was honoured to have Bob Kraft, who came in from France to do a few things and came in and sat right on the Chesterfield sofa a metre from me, front row, watch. Yeah, so thanks, Bob, for that. Yeah, but it's absolutely fabulous. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get this out. As I said, right now, if you're out there and you're watching this and you're a veteran, I swear to God, I'm not going to say certain things about what's going on because, you know, I've given my word. But there's a lot of people out there that are underhand, and I would think twice about where you go to get your claims from veterans. I know for a fact that if you phone up, you speak to the likes of Ian Getting and Spency and all the rest of the guys, and the guys associated with them, you'll know that those guys are filled with integrity and filled with loyalty and will get you. There's actually no other, and I will say this now, there's actually no other veterans claim company out there that will not only get you your claim, they will link you up with a hearing aid known as a hearing amplifier. This company, Serval, basically are making them to make them look like Apple AirPods. So there we go. They go in there, different colours, black, white, and all. Now, if you want to know how they work, it's very simple. Oh my God, turns on straight away. What you do is you plug it in USB, you charge them up, it'll let you know in the front. See, it comes on, lets you know the battery life, lets you know it comes on. Now, how do you adjust them? So what you do is you open up what we would call in the military the Idiot's Guide. You open this up, you scan these. When you scan those little barcodes, it takes you into the app and you adjust the volume to suit your hearing. Isn't that amazing? And they're a lot cheaper than getting them from the NHS. Okay? And that's why we brought them on board. And they're fabulous. Every so often, I give away some of these free on my live. Not tonight. This is the only one I've got left at the minute. I gave 2 away at the podcast in Hereford at HR4K. So I gave 2 away there. But what I normally do here, if you come on and you're to the live stream, ladies and gentlemen, you'll find that every so often I do give them away. And I give books away. I give quite a few things away on this channel. But not tonight. Due to the fact that when I was up at Hereford, I gave away 5 books. I gave away a watch. I gave away 2 hearing aids. I gave away all the sort of surplus stuff I had around here. It went to good people up there. So I need to build up my little collection before I can give stuff away again. Anyway, I'm going to look at the questions, see what's coming in at the minute. Thank you to your mom is looking into them, saying she can afford them. Her hearing is horrible. Right. Send me an email at trevorcoltmc@hotmail.co.uk. I may be able to get a discount code. I know for a fact what hearing aids are and how much they cost. Some hearing aids go up to a couple of £1,000, ladies and gentlemen. What I will say is this: get rid of that, what you ever did in the past. Serval hearing aids only go up to about £500. Now, you're probably thinking that's a lot of money. It's still 50% compared to what you would buy a hearing aid in the UK. I am getting discount codes sent to me where I can get you at least 20% off that. So there's ways around it. And I also give away free ones. I will probably give away another free one next weekend, hopefully 2 next Sunday. So tune in then. And what normally happens is my wonderful moderators that look after the chat, because I don't want to be biased and pick someone, I normally leave that to my moderators. I ask them to pick someone in the chat and they do it, and I send them a hearing aid. I do think at the minute we are, in the USA, they're approximately $5,000. $5,000 for a hearing aid. That is ridiculous. If you stick with the channel, I can guarantee you a hearing amplifier for about $500, okay? We'll get that sorted, but I think that's pathetic. So send me an email. I'll get in touch with Serval, which I do. And Serval are on Instagram, by the way. That's the name of the company there. Serval. They do great stuff. So follow them on Instagram and send them a message. Yep, follow them on Instagram, send them a message, tell them you're having issues. They'll probably give you a discount code. Say I sent you there, and hopefully we'll get it fixed for you, okay? But I love doing these little live streams. I've done them for a while. I apologize that I haven't been vocal on here for a while. I've just been doing different things, but it is all coming together. And I do believe that this first live podcast is going to be explosive. The weird thing is, after I gave away that £1,000 watch to my first guest, Rob Davison, the amount of legends, I'll use that word lightly, the amount of legends that kept coming up to me and going, from here, you want to get me on your podcast? I did this and I did that. And I was like, wow, okay. People I don't want to argue with. But yeah, so we have a lot of guests lined up. For those that are asking me questions about My Veteran Claim, please go onto the website, www.myveteranclaim.co.uk. The ambassador for My Veteran Claim is retired Colonel Tim Collins, OBE. He's doing a few things with Spence. He's doing a few things with them. He's up there. There's other ambassadors coming on board. I'm not allowed, from my position, to announce who they are. That'll be done by Richard and the team. But I'm very much excited about the new ambassadors that are coming on. It looks fabulous. Yeah, it was nice to see so many Ron Irish today actually follow me on Facebook. I only started a Facebook account. I think it was, I did it in front of Richard and Ian Getty. Actually, I was sitting on the seat at the HR4K, and I said, I'm going to have to take the hit and go back on Facebook and try and promote this, guys, and do it. So I joined it sitting on the seat. So it would have been Friday morning I joined Facebook, and the amount of old comrades reaching out has been fabulous. Even had a little chat today with my old RSM, Jim Pritchard, which was lovely. But it's really good, ladies and gentlemen, and I appreciate all of you following me and getting behind these initiatives. For quite some time, I had to take a back seat. I used to raise thousands upon thousands of pounds for different veterans initiatives. I really did. But because I refused to raise money for certain initiatives, rather than just walk away, a lot of people accused me of stealing charity money, which was absolutely disgusting. I had to give Suffolk Police 3 years of my bank statements. I had to give them access to everything. I was cleared of everything. It was just a smear campaign. So I'm back on Facebook after that shitty smear campaign. And the one thing that I will do is everything I throw my mind behind, I throw everything behind, does become a success. But this time I'm only picking one thing. I'm only sticking with my veteran claim. Tonight, someone sent me a private message on Instagram asking me to help him raise money for an initiative he was doing. I'm going to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I went straight onto the Charity Commission. I had a look about the charity he wanted me to support. And after when I went into the accounts and things in it, I realised that they were paying 10 people over £60,000. They were paying 4 people over £90,000. They were paying one person. And I just sent him a message back saying, listen, mate, I'm going to be honest, but morally, I can't support you on this venture. I wish you all the best. And I sent him a screenshot of the employees and their wages. And he just sent me a message back saying, Trevor, you know what? I appreciate you being honest with me. So if you want me to help you, make sure it's a charity that doesn't rip people off. Make sure it's a charity that doesn't pay massive wages, because the answer is no. Not this time. Not second time around, ladies and gentlemen. I just won't get involved in any charity initiative if the CEO's on 100 grand. If your CEO's on 100 grand, don't even fucking message me, because I find it disgusting. Yeah, but there's a difference when you're helping veterans. Now, that's just my moral compass on that, and I won't deviate left or right. The other week, actually, I will say this. The other week, a veteran did reach out to me, and he offered me a 6-figure contract to do something. But he was morally broken on what he was trying to do. He wanted me to turn my back. He wanted me to turn my back on Richard Spence, Rob Davison, Ian Getty. He wanted me to turn my back on my old friends in order to get the contract. And the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, I told him to fuck off. Because you know what? You don't turn your back on the people that stood beside you in combat, the people that called in fire, the people that fought with you. You never turn your back on those people for the sake of a few quid. And if you do, then you're morally bankrupt, in my opinion. Just thought I'd get that out. Yeah. So that's what you do. Oh, and I can't mention the guy's name. And if you're in the chat, you know who I'm talking about. Please don't post his name. But whenever I was in my old unit, I used to hang around with a guy called D. I actually got to see him the other day. Saturday morning, I went to his house, and he gave me this. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Look how wonderful that is. If you can see it. What a beautiful bottle. Thank you very much, buddy. Lovely. Stunning bottle. Great guy. Yeah. Awesome. But it's all good, ladies and gentlemen. I am now enjoying this sort of second wind. I've learned a lot from Facebook. I've learned a lot from social media. And a lot of people I will not let back in. But there's a lot of great people out there doing good things. What about that SS coin. I thought that looked amazing. Yes, he gave me that as well. It's sitting over on the shelf. Yeah, I'll show you then. Yeah, so and my good friend gave me that coin, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't that wonderful? It's got the Pilgrims code on there. And on the back of the coin is the logo for the squadron. So it's really nice. It's really nice to get things together. They're mementos, things that you treasure. You got to bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, everything I get given, it ends up going to my son. At the minute, he's got a wonderful collection coming to him at some stage, doesn't he? But I wouldn't be able to push this channel and move it in the right direction, ladies and gentlemen, if it wasn't for the four ladies that helped me. Debs, Carla, Zepper, Moogle. I appreciate all four of you and what you do and how you keep the chat going. You will get a couple of idiots that try and enter the chat to cause friction, but that's what those four ladies are for. They just remove, and we keep moving forward positively. I've really enjoyed this little journey this year. The channel is going to get a lot more followers. It is going to keep moving forward, and we're going to keep positive, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm really pleased. I'm not going to keep harping on all night. I just want to give you a bit of an update about the. Everyone keeps asking me about the podcast. The reason why we're taking our time with the podcast is because the editing team, the professional editing team, are putting it out professionally, and they're going to send me all the stuff, and I'm going to put it out to you, and hopefully you really enjoy it. The conversation I had with this guy was unbelievable, and I'm going to have the same chat in the same studio with the likes of Bob Kraft, who's absolutely stunning. His stories, wow. I mean, imagine being a guy that's been in dozens of enemy engagements with a military cross, and you're still the least experienced veteran in that room. I was the least experienced out of everyone. And Gary's done more than me. That guy's done more tours, seen more stuff. But together, our knowledge is second to none. So, still learning, still moving forward. And I'll leave it there, actually. I don't want to go on too long tonight. Wanted to make it short and sweet. Wanted to let you know what I was getting up to and how we're moving forward. And there's 187 people watching. I've joined Facebook to help My Veteran Claim. I'm on there. My Veteran Claim is on there. I would be honoured and privileged if you would go across to Facebook if you're on there and give me a follow and support My Veteran Claim. Get behind them and show them that, there are a lot of good people out there that want to see you succeed, and we want to see you grow and go from strength to strength, ladies and gentlemen. But thank you all very much. I will put in what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, in the comments after this video. I'm going to pin the link to My Veteran Claim. And if you do need a claim, get in touch, guys. At the end of the day, hearing loss, would it be nice to get a cracking hearing amplifier? You won't get that at any other company. But I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I want you all to go and have a great night. Thank you for all your support. And stay tuned, because this is the only YouTube channel that gives away free hearing aids. You know that, apart from tonight, because I gave them all away the other day. Take care, though, and thanks for watching, people.